I've been kind of meaning to do this one for a very long time. Normally I don't want to do these type of what's your opinion videos based on games that haven't been announced, but Kingdom Hearts 3 seems like a surefire deal. It doesn't seem like a matter of if it will be announced, more like when it will be announced. But enough about that. This is about what I want to know what you guys think should be in the next Kingdom Hearts game. Mainly Kingdom Hearts 3. What would you guys like to see in it? Now that I've opened up the floor, I'll start with what I would like to see in it. And then you guys can just say, what you would like to see in it. And if there were any points I may have made or may have missed. First off, I believe there should be more puzzle elements to help keep the gameplay from being stale. Let's face it, Kingdom Hearts 2 was button mashing. That's all it was. Great presentation. The combat was nice, but that's all you were doing the entire time. There were a couple of mini-games, but it still felt like button mashing. There was no puzzle element, really. There were some puzzles in the first Kingdom Hearts game. So that's one area I definitely think that they can focus on. Just don't overdo the puzzles. Kind of balance it out. That's what I would really like to see. The game is also considered a Disney and Final Fantasy crossover. It is really more catered to the Disney fans. 3 Final Fantasy representative games in here. There's Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 10, isn't it? There really isn't anything else. Where's Final Fantasy 4 and 6? Where's Final Fantasy 9? Where's Final Fantasy 3 and 2? And how come we haven't seen any of the worlds for the Final Fantasy games? I think it's about time they actually started putting in some levels so that it actually feels like a real crossover instead of having cameos from the Final Fantasy games. On that note, we see Disney characters interact with each other, say Donald and Goofy interacting with Aladdin and the Beast from Beauty and the Beast, but we never actually see the other worlds interact with the other ones. What would happen if, say, Hercules and The Nightmare Before Christmas collided? What would happen if those characters somehow merged together or were interlapping each other? I think we've already explored most of these areas. We've already explored their stories, retold through Kingdom Hearts. So why can't we just have some new interactions with these worlds, where maybe the worlds are starting to come together and now you have to break them apart so that they don't collapse into each other? Well, that's about all I can talk about for the gameplay and interactions. The next step is, what should be some new franchises that they put into the series? They've already put in a lot of their most popular movies. So now the question is, are they going to go for their cartoon shows? Are we going to see the Disney Aftertoons, such as Darkwing Duck, Tailspin, and Bonkers? I'm not sure if it would fit. I know it would definitely please a lot of people, but at the same time it's like, I don't know if they really work well together. The ones from the movies tend to take themselves a bit more seriously than the cartoon worlds would. That's the way I see it, so it would just feel out of balance for me. But should they do it? My next question is, should Disney use other companies that they own? Such as Pixar. Should we see something like Toy Story, Finding Nemo, The Incredibles? Should we see those movies in these games? Would it work? Would it fit? It might work for The Incredibles. I'm not sure about the other ones, though. I definitely can't see it working for Up. I mean, that would just... I don't even think that could work, period. Up was a good movie, but I don't think it would work. And in the fall of 2009, Disney purchased the Marvel franchise. Which leads to the big question, should they actually use something from Marvel in the next Kingdom Hearts? Granted, it would definitely fit out of place, but isn't this game a fan service game anyway? So which comic book characters could they use for Marvel? I'm not sure about X-Men. I definitely think Spider-Man could work. Iron Man if you take away his drinking and the other things that are inappropriate for children. So you guys let me know. And now I'm going to end it with this. These are 3 movies that I think can work. One of them definitely has a good shot. The other 2, not so much. I'll go into those. The first one is Jungle Book, and that's the one I believe can work the best. We already have 2 jungle levels from the previous Kingdom Hearts games, Tarzan and The Lion King. I don't think it's that much of a stretch if we put in the Jungle Book. The second movie I have in mind, and this one is just... it would be so awesome, but it's never gonna work. There's way too many legal matters to go through on this one. Would be Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Imagine if they actually went to Toontown, and say hypothetically, Sora got separated from Donald and Goofy, and for a while teamed up with Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck. And you know, that sounds awesome, but it's never gonna happen. Think about that for a second though. Like I said, it's an awesome idea, it's just never gonna happen. And you probably hate me for making you think about it now. Oh boy. And the last one is, well, I am gonna get so much of a negative backlash on this. Please understand that I already know that this won't work. There will be so many uncomfortable things in it, but in terms of it fitting in, it would work so perfectly. That being Captain EO. 5% of you probably know what I'm talking about, 50% of you probably only know it from that Family Guy reference, and the rest of you probably don't have a clue as to what I'm talking about. It was a 3D sci-fi mini-movie that was played within the Disney theme parks. You can watch it on YouTube, but if you do that then you might as well play Guitar Hero or Rock Band without using the peripherals and just use the game controllers. You get an idea of what's there, but without all the special effects that were in the theater, you really don't get that same wow factor. If you do decide to watch it on YouTube, there are a few things you should know. First, this was made in the late 80s. Back then, this was amazing. Looking at it now, it's kind of dated. And second, if you were trying to actually watch this and take the movie seriously, you're not going to be able to enjoy it that much. You'll be able to enjoy it a lot more if you just let it flow. However, due to recent events, Disneyland did finally bring it back. I should know, I was there when they did bring it back. Why do I think it would work so well? Well, for one, the character wouldn't need a Keyblade. He kinda is a Keyblade. If you watch it, you'll understand. The way how some of these people just come out of the walls is kinda reminiscent of the way the Heartless come out of the floors. And on a personal note, I think the Supreme Leader would definitely make an awesome boss fight. Oh man, those claws and all those wires, that'd be such an epic boss fight. The only reason it may never be used or put into Kingdom Hearts, look up who starred in it, you'll have your answer. That's all I'm going to say. I won't answer any questions regarding that.